when you say reading is a gift, it's like the moment you are born, you already understand how to read, but that's not it. You have to learn it. So it's a skill, not a gift.
But however, there are people who, despite the learning or the teaching, they still find it difficult to read.
That's based.
And some people, they easily learn, and it becomes part of them. Like it's as if, oh, they were born with it. So, talking about language you can understand, these days you can actually transcribe any language. Yeah, so it's easy for you to read any language.
Translate any language. Especially
Translate
with Google Translator.
Exactly. You can choose the kind of content you want to read. Say you want to go into business. There are people who have gone into business and they've written something about it, be it books, be it articles. Yeah. So you can actually research, you can actually read on these things. So reading is basically a way of learning.
And for someone who reads widely, you discover a lot of truths, lots of mysteries that you discover things that people consider as a mystery in books. So reading helps to expose the mind to truths and realities.
Welcome to this episode of Tebeba Podcast, where we explore big ideas, ask meaningful questions, and bring conversation that spark changes. If you are yet to subscribe to our channel at Tebeba TV. And today, I am your host, Mercy, and with me I have Jojo. And also I have Lady B.
Hello.
L to the A to the D to the Y and to the B. And lastly, I have with me here Mommy J. We call her Mama the Mama. And on today's episode, we'll be talking about reading as a man's superpower. Reading as a man's superpower. So we know that man there now does not mean a female or a male. It means human in general.
Yeah.
That reading as our superpower. So before we dive into it, let us establish a fact on reading generally. What do you have to say to that?
Of course, since we know what reading is and its importance, we can say it is a superpower because having the ability to read means anything that is in black and white, as in anything that is written, cannot be hidden
from you.
So it means if somebody wants to hide something from you, they may not write it. They may code it, put it in codes that you may not be able to decipher. But if it's written in plain language, then and you can read it, you can understand it. It's a superpower.
Okay, reading. You said like you said that is being able to decipher or understand what it has been written. Does it only limited to a particular writing or language like that, or do we think that reading can still go away further from the normal language, that anything we can?
Reading can occur in different languages. It's not limited to one language.
Okay.
So as long as you understand the language and you understand what has been written, you should be able to read it. For example, if we should use our local dialect, our Yoruba language, for example, there are schools that are being taught in that language. They are taught that language. They are taught how to write, how to read. So it is not limited. It just depends on the knowledge that is available in that language, if you understand what I'm saying. It just depends on if teachers or if students, learners are being taught about the language.
particular.
Yeah, so they should be able to read and write.
Okay, so that means that even though if something is written in code, it is when you have that ability, understanding,
Yes,
that's when you
it
can
is
decipher
readable. Yes.
what is exactly is written down. And how do we now believe that it is superpower for man?
Well, there's this famous saying that says that there are secrets embedded in books, and if you want to gain access to those secrets, you have to read books. And for someone who reads widely, you discover a lot of truths, lots of mysteries that people you discover things that people consider as a mystery in books. So reading helps to expose the mind to truths and realities, right?
Yeah, yeah. It helps to um it helps to give you a wide view of the world. Yeah, because is always someone who knows that can actually will I say properly live or something. Because when you can read, you can actually find answers to certain questions you are asking. For instance, say you are wondering where does God come from. You need to read the Bible to know where God comes from. You're wondering how did Jesus, come about. You need to read the Bible to know how Jesus come about. So if you are okay, for instance, another example, say you want to go into business. There are people who have gone into business and they've written something about it, be it books, be it articles. Yeah. So you can actually research, you can actually read on these things. So reading is basically a way of learning. So it's you learning through content, that has been created or formatted in um, 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 different styles. Probably it's an article, it's a magazine, it's a book, it's these days we have social media content. Yeah, so it's
blogs.
exactly. So it's different. You can get your knowledge in different formats. Can read different content or different books.
So we say reading helps to give us the ability to have knowledge and expose us in a particular. Now, I am thinking in a way, even though you can read, does it mean you can read everything?
No.
Can one
You cannot read
everything?
But you can read now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
You can only read in the language
that you understand.
exactly.
Okay,
Yeah,
language. Okay, even though if it is still the same language.
Yes, you can
you
read.
will choose what you want to read.
Yes, you choose what you want to read. I think I was reading one book. I can't remember. I think it was. I don't know if it was Good Morning Holy Spirit or something. No, it wasn't Good Morning Holy Spirit. It was one Christian book like that. I think it was Seven Laws of is this Success or so. And the man, he was like he chooses the kind of books he reads. You can choose the kind of content you want to read. You can choose the kind of content you want to, imbibe your mind with. So as a reader, just because you can read or you love to read does not mean that you can read everything. For instance, there are people who read fiction and they say, "Oh, I love fiction, I love reading fiction," and they're like, "Oh, when I open a non-fiction book, I get bored, or I just tend to sleep or something like that." So simply because you know how to read does not mean you can read everything.
Okay.
Yeah, and some people they feel, like um in the aspect of religion, some people feel okay that some content they read is unethical. Like, it doesn't build them, spiritually as well. So what you read is important. Yeah, so
So
it
you have to
matters.
select.
So you can't read
Exactly, it
what you read.
matters. Yes, it doesn't mean
So-
I can read, I can just because of that.
And not everything you read you can understand.
Exactly, you cannot
that?
understand everything.
You cannot understand everything.
You cannot understand
For
everything.
example, I'm a doctor, and if I pick any book for a lawyer, I won't understand.
Because of the jargon.
You're not a lawyer.
Likewise, a lawyer if technical language is used to write anything, it's only those people that are trained
In that line.
that can understand what if an engineer now comes to write in engineering terms, no matter how good a reader I am, I will read what you wrote, but I will not understand. The same thing with doctor's prescriptions. Most
that
of the
one,
times
child,
we were like,
we will struggle to
did they,
even read.
we even struggle to read
To read, not
and
not to talk
not
of
to talk about.
understand.
Them, have you ever tried reading this when you buy medicine, you know the
Okay,
leaflet
the
inside?
leaflet inside.
Have you ever tried
Man,
reading it?
I tried one time, but I was
You will
saying
not understand
synchro,
anything. You will never understand. You have to have Google by your side, and even the Google, they will still be
take you
using
another.
medical term
Mm.
to
So,
So the fact that you can read does not mean you can
Understand
everything
everything.
Yes,
that
exactly.
that you read. And having the ability to read, of course, it will always give you an edge over the person that doesn't know how to read.
Yes.
Exactly.
So that is
Absolutely.
why it is a superpower.
Yeah.
It will always give you an edge.
over.
And as I said in the beginning, as long as you can read anything that is written in the language that you understand, it means nothing is hidden. So if you pretend, let's say you pretend that you cannot read, and the people you pretended to believe that you cannot read, they will just openly be writing maybe the secrets to their business. They will say, this and that cannot read.
Exactly. And also to add to that, right?
Okay.
Talking about language you can understand, these days you can actually transcribe any language. Yeah, so it's easy for you to read any language.
Translate any language.
Yes,
Especially with
translate
Google Translator.
exactly. Not just Google. We have tools right now like AI. So it's basically so easy. You can see. I think back then to be easy, it would be difficult for someone to say, "Oh, I'm having Chinese content here, so I don't understand it." Even going to Google would be more like workload. However, this time, it's so easy.
Of course, I have an experience with that. I have this client. She is Spanish.
Yeah.
And anytime she send a message, she send them in Spanish. What I will just do is I copy it, go to Google Translator, see it, type my own in English, then
Send it
at
back.
the point he was like, okay, I'm not. I said, don't worry, I have no language barrier. But in the real essence, I can't speak that language, but I can actually.
That's a great point she raised.
Yeah.
A very great point.
So
In this day and age that we have, it means you can read everything,
anything.
even in the language you don't understand.
Then what do you say to people learning, becoming a multilingual? Do you think that has been
It's
right?
actually
It's good.
It's an awesome thing.
It's an awesome thing. It means you can work in multinational companies. You can work outside your country. Even if you're working, it means you can do remote work very well.
Exactly. You're not restricted
by
Your region,
and anything.
Because I know this lady, she can speak about roughly 6-7 languages: Chinese, Korean. All those languages, they are very, very similar, but she can speak them distinctively.
Wow.
Like you, I mean, like
it means she has a love. She has a love for languages.
And do we think that reading is a gift?
Reading is a gift.
Reading
Can it be a gift?
Yes, it can be a gift.
A gift.
It can also be practice. You can practice how to read it. Yes, you can say, "Oh, I want to learn how to read."
Let me say gift or skill.
I'm just asking, can it be a gift like from God?
Yes, because reading is, when you say reading is a gift, it's like the moment you are born, you already understand how to read, but that's not it. You have to learn it. So it's a skill, not a gift. That's what
can be a
But
skill.
however, there are people who, despite
Find
the
it
learning
easier.
or the teaching, they still find it difficult.
Yeah, that's based.
And some people, they easily learn and it becomes part of them. Like it's
Quickly.
as if, oh, they were born with it. So it's no one was there's this thing that we're not born with I don't know, like we're not born with any gift we express. It's just that yeah, it's just okay with continuous practice we become
Exactly, we are practicing.
and
So
we tend to tell them and term them gifts. Yeah.
yeah, that's
So
what we're saying.
so
It's
the
not
same way, reading can be a gift.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Now,
I don't know.
this is very very wonderful and a crucial conversation we have here. So, if you think that reading is a gift or is a skill,
A skill.
or and you believe that reading for man is superpower for you already, type in the comment section.
Yeah.
And thank you for joining us. If you are yet to subscribe to our channel, don't forget to do that. Subscribe to our channel at Tebeba TV.
TV.
Press that button. And now, till next time, see you.
Bye.
Bye.
Talk, me.